Viewers, we are back with very important topic now, and the today topic will be like the lust and the love. So let's start with the topic love or lust. Sir, what do you mean by lust and love, sir?
Thanks, Satyan. Thanks, viewers. I'm back, Dr. Bansal, a senior neurologist of India with 52 years of experience. Today topic is very important for all of us, and especially in the present day lifestyle. And that's what is love and what is lust. You see, before I say this, the root value of both the things, lust as well love, lies in liking. So first of all, we have to like. Once there is a liking, maybe there is a body attraction, or this may be transient, that becomes more like a lust, or the things may persist for long, and it may be a lifelong bonding and get into love. I will come to it as far as the details are concerned. But I'll say love is one of the very important things. It is a positive emotion, and it is such a strong bonding, which is a must for a relationship. So liking, usually it starts from the liking, then to lust, then to love. It's a long journey. It's a slow process. Lust is not slow process. Lust is very fast. It's more like a quick gratification, more like making physical relations. But as far as the love is concerned, it may sometimes start with lust. You are having liking with someone, and slowly you come to know about the values also that person. It's not only the physical attraction, but slowly you come about the intellect part also, as far the good values are concerned, honesty, commitment, as far as the family traditions or the social traditions. Once all that lust is accompanied by all these things, that slowly and slowly gets into various component of that of the love. So that's why in that situation of positive emotion of that of the love gets into emotional attachment. Then there is a deep relation, and then there is the intimacy. The intimacy is a structure, then you just feel as if I'm doing, in case both the parties are away from each other, they feel some deficit. So that's what the intimacy is. I'm not talking of love and lust. Of course, by I'll say default, this concerns about male and female relations, but love and lust can be there in so many other situations also. This can involve money, this can involve status, or this can be so many other things. But in case, back to the main statistical important definition of love and lust, after intimacy comes the romance. And then there is a commitment, followed by faith. And then there is the eternal love. Is there any eternal love? You see, as far as I'm a very open-minded person, obsessed to a little extent, but an open-minded person, and with rich values. So I'll say, as far as the eternal love is concerned, I'm not seeing. It's more talked about, but I'm not seeing. So there can be a good love or a good understanding, which may be long-lasting, and they nourish it. Both the parties come forward and they do it. But it's a slow process. It needs time, patience from both the sides. So it's nothing like that you can write each other, or you see, you have to make each other understand that there are some positive points, some negative points, some hard points, hard likings, and there's some hard dislikings. So both the parties, they have to accept each other as it is, and they should try to accept and rather enjoy the pros and cons of either of the party, so that they move in diversity but in a unified way. So that's what the love is. But as I said, this involvement of both the sides.
You know that nowadays we know very well that love is a God, and okay, love is a God, and God is a love. The
Right.
both term is very synonymous and very similar, familiar as well as very similar. So how do you difference? Like, no, God is himself is a love. Nowadays, the most of the people give the term a relationship as a love. So how do you differentiate the God is a love and the worldly love? So how we can differentiate, sir?
Yes, it's a very nice observation which you have about which you have asked. As far as the godly love is concerned, it is the total submission. It is what I talked of, the eternal love. The eternal love means it is the wholesome. The God has made all this world all this universe and each bit of this. In case you are going to love each and every part of the consciousness, the earth, the planets, the whole universe, then you are loving the God. But that situation rarely is seen. So it is a total submission. So this is becoming not two. At one time, as far as the Hindu philosophy is concerned, Lord Krishna was asked, why didn't you marry Radha? But she was your fiancée. So he said, no, I'm sorry, but there is no difference between me and Radha. We are not two separate identity. We are one. So this is not two, but this is one. That is what the eternal love is. Love is, as far as the God is concerned, it's a total submission. It is one's total faith, and all the values accepted by whatsoever that particular sect is going to tell, because this is strong faith. But at the same time, I will say this is I'm not going to talk anything about the religion, but I'll say that there is always a scope to think about what is real love, what is spiritual love, what is godly love. I'll say once you love the God, you yourself become a God. You come up to that level because you feel in the mirror image that this whole world is you. They are part of you. Each and every good, bad, sad, any definition of living, that's what is God. And you are also part of God. But as far as the lust is concerned, it is, you see, there can be lust for physical relations, temporary. There can be lust for money. There can be lust for status. And for that thing, anyone, whosoever in the process of fulfilling the lust, can do so many things. They are not going to bother anything about the social code, social discipline. This is only a transient thing, and this is not going to be long lasting, because nothing is long lasting. Physical body, money, status, and all these things, they are not long lasting. But as far as the eternal love is concerned, that is long lasting, and that's what is God. See, that's why I will just quote one thing in Hindi from the this is a Qawwali. Bande ko khuda karta hai ishq. Ishq is love. So that's what it is. So this is the love only. So you can become the supreme head. But then you have to have the universal love. You have to be oneness in all, each and every one. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
could you please tell, I have observed many times, there will be like two type of love, like temporary love or the permanent love. So do you think as a human, is there any possibility of temporary love and the permanent love, sir?
Yeah, I will say, Sachin, you are right. Uh, First of all, I will say, well, I'll come to your point state. You see, to me, to my observation, because this is the physical body, the physical look and feel. All said and done, let's talk open-heartedly and in a very clear way. Will someone is going to like a person who is ugly, as far as the looks are concerned, or blind person, or maybe there are some certain more riders, as maybe there is a one-legged person, or maybe that person is having foul smell as far as oral hygiene is bad oral hygiene is concerned. No, so looks and feel, that matters. So that's the basically the content, the basic content of that of the lust. So I feel, that's my own experience. I always say the love starts from lust. This is the first step. But by default, in majority of the people, this step is the only step. Because in the present day life, as you asked, or you can feel about it, people want quick results. So I will tell you that this sort of phenomenology is becoming more common. As far as the real love is concerned, you have to understand each other over time, over a large time. Because you are a person, let's say there is a love between A and B. So A is also having a lot of responsibility, attachment, or some sort of commitment with so many else. And so B is also having a commitment with so many else. So there is a basically union of two persons, right?
Okay, so sir, could you please tell us what will be the procedure in our human mind, to start loving anyone? Because if we have something point to hate someone. Okay, so
Yeah.
do you think like is any procedure or any mind thinking to love anyone? Procedure of
Yes.
loving.
Yes. Yes. You see, there are so many components. I will cite one example before that. You see, you like a flower, and the flower is very colorful, and it's just blooming in the air, and the fragrance is wonderful. So you started liking that. Now there comes the question of the phenomenology of lust and love. So once you are having lust, you will like to pluck it for your own self. And once there is a love, you will just see that, feel contented. You will just move with that flower. You will move with the fragrance, color, blooming, and you will start behaving the same way persistently, long time. So that's what the love is. As far as the lust is concerned, it is you have plucked the flower, then what? So where is the blooming? What will happen after some time as far as the fragrance is concerned, as far as the colorful things are concerned, which were really attracting your eyes? So that is all gone. So as far as I will say, the love is such a phenomenon which just fulfills you. I know there may be some give and take. There may be, it's not a balance that this can be bought with something. So love begets love. For love, to have love, you have to give love. There is no shortcuts. The real love, sincere love, committed love. I'm not talking of internal love. Internal love is a many step ahead to that. But even if we are involved in the real love, this is great. But is this the present generation going on? Because by default, what is happening, even in India, the marriages, as far as male female is concerned, they are getting late. As far as let's say collecting money, making status, that's also becoming too late. And that's also one of the important factors as far as the lust is concerned. So as I said it, the lust is not only for the sex, but the lust can be there for the money and status. So for all these things, as far as the lust is concerned, we adapt all bad ways. We just want to make our objective fulfilled in the shortest possible route. But as far as the love is concerned, it's not like that. You can be a fence sitter, you can still love. You can be a distant apart, maybe the oceans apart, or the sea apart, seven seas apart. Still, there can be love. So love is more like a submission. It is a beautiful thing. So the real love is more like a real good mix of our subconscious mind and the conscious mind. But as far as the lust is concerned, this is basically driven by our likings only, the transient liking of all the sensations which is being fed temporarily at a given instance through the conscious mind.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So, sir, actually, I have observed one more thing, like uh, being a human, sir, and being an animal. Like, they both have a, like, we have heard many times, like, human have conditional love as well as animal have a unconditional love. They love without for doing anything. Okay, so human as a very big dynasty, they love each other, they love someone as a conditional. If you give me something, if you give me a return of something, I will love you. If you are not satisfying me, if I don't like you, I will not love. As you said that in example, like a blind people don't have any observation, they love unconditionally to everyone, right? And same as like human love to someone for conditionally, but animal as a very unconditionally love. So what do you want to say on this topic, sir?
Right, one by one. You have asked 3, 4 questions simultaneously. First of all, in case we are going to talk about the love, and in animals, there will be love. But whether that love is going to be persistent, I can't see yes. Because this reminds me something about one novel written by a great person, Shakespeare, and about as far as the love and lust, as far as the dogs are concerned, or certain other things concerned. I will say that it's more like a lust. but they will surely instinct of love also. You can see in elephants, you can see in the sea also. So there is a love as far as the children are concerned, as far as the mother is concerned, and there is a love. But whether that the love is going to be persistent for a long time, possibly not. I have seen during my childhood in the countryside that there used to be sparrows, the small eggs of the sparrows, the baby the sparrows, they used to come out of that, and ultimately they used to hop for a few days and then they used to fly. But thereafter, what sort of relations they are having with each other? Possibly not big, vis-a-vis compared to the human beings, because human beings, after coming to this existence, they live in relations. They find relationship. Without that, they feel bored, isolated. They don't feel comfortable. And this is one of the things, because they cannot communicate, that rather suffocates a person. I will say most of the person. There are certain introvert personalities as someone else who may not like that. So likewise, another important thing is I would like to tell you that there are certain animals, for example, earthworm. This is hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means this is having both male and female sex organs. So there is no need of male and female separate. So this sort of all these things, maybe because when we eat food and we enjoy that, we relish that. Oh, what a wonderful taste, or what a wonderful drink. So likewise, in case the lust is concerned, sex is concerned, in that also there is some sort of attraction. At the same time, the most important thing is there are so many different points which I like to discuss about lust and love, because love is pure. As I told you, it cannot be bought. I will tell you recently what is happening. You see, because this is some sort of natural requirement. This is natural requirement, but both male as well as female. This is a male-dominated word. One, two, because the female are on the giving end, so that's why they have to constrain their self before getting onto the slippery grounds. So in that situation, I will say that one should be very, very careful. But however, you see, once they say requirement is requirement. So this is being seen to my best experience at all the levels. You see, countryside level, you talk of the cities, big cities, you talk of, to best of my knowledge, I have seen everywhere. So they are involved in sex, they are involved in attraction. They are not, and this sort of attraction, they do not have a long life. But at the same time, your question which was asked, is this lust is going to create some sort of bonding or some sort of usefulness? I will say yes. You see, nowadays there are so many type of relationship is coming, especially in male-female, see, live-in relations or maybe gay clubs. So in the gay, where is the sex? It's not a big sex. It is simple love. They like each other. They are totally submitted to each other. So rather in that situation, I as a person, I will not like to go in favor of those persons who are lesbian or they are gay and they want to adopt the children, because that can be adopted only by virtue of male-female only. But once female is loving female, male is loving male, it's good enough. It should be applaudable. It is justified. It's good. It's great. But at the same time, we have to understand the various naturality, what the God has given to us, what the Mother Nature has given to us. You know, there is a male-female, there is a, even in the plants. And without that union, you cannot have fruiting, you cannot have veggies, you cannot have so many other things which is required in such sort of situation. Once I have read, and I felt it also, the question which you have asked, the female who was involved in some sort of relationship asked the mentor, should I or should I not? It is a temporary phenomena. Will it help me or will it not help me? The answer of the mentor was, decide yourself. And thereafter, our own experience was possibly yes, possibly no. Yes means you're having some sort of experience. No means this is going to be some sort of betraying the faith. This is because everything is having nothing like one side of the coin. There are two sides of the coin. So one should be sometime getting by virtue of some sort of instances, get into or entrapped into this sort of situation, mostly not willfully or wishfully, but by chance. But even if this is done willfully or wishfully, I don't think I'm not having anything like sex taboo. That this is one of the prerequisite, because nowadays marriages are late, and in case they are having this sort of attraction and has happened sometime, so I think it can be more a use rather than a abuse.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. So, yeah, one more observation I have felt it out, that is there any possibility to have love when there is a lust, sir? Do you think like when
I said it.
when we have any
I,
lust, like there are the two words, lust and love, is a very opposite to each other, right?
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
is there any possibility to have love when there is a lust?
Yeah, I said this is what I told you. Because most of the time the love starts with the lust, and then it is a very slow process. And there is a after the lust, and slowly and slowly, once there is a more intimacy, it's not only physical intimacy. Then there is a one knows about the habits, about the beliefs, about the support system, about the intellectual component of the partner, and all these things slowly and slowly they join together to form a karma. So from the liking to the lust, and thereafter so many things, and then they ultimately reach to intimacy. So this intimacy is the stage when there is a dependency. As far as the lust is concerned, there is a attachment and immediately detachment. But as far as the love is concerned, there is a continuous attachment. So that attachment detachment system to be converted into total continuous attachment, there are different stages. So intimacy is one of the important things. So thereafter, this is followed by the love. So in that situation, they live, they grace each other, they love each other, they sacrifice for each other, and their bonding become thicker as and when the time passes on. Maybe by old age also, they are hand in hand. They are having fun, they are having good life.
Okay. So we have talked very many topic today, and so and talking about the final questions that I have in mind today, like as the love and lust is very opposite to each other, is there any relationship between of both of them, sir? What would be the relationship between love and lust?
Yeah, there is a lot of relationship because this is there as far as the physical attachment or emotional attachment, or even I'll say the brain codes are concerned. In lust is more like a negative emotion. In this, there is a discharge of more like adrenaline, because they just bounce upon the things. They just want to get it at any cost. So they don't mind taking the some sort of danger also, or maybe going to do some sort of unethical, antisocial activity to fulfill their desire. So this is totally, in case we are going just short of lust only. In case we do not proceed toward the love, but we take the lust as it is. So it is more like a physical relation, and after the physical relation it is done, they get lost each other. I mean, I will not say each other, but I'll say from the male side. But the female should be rather more I'll say concerned, and be very thoughtful about all these things, right? As far as the love is concerned, love is completed by a very good hormone, oxytocin. So this is from our amygdala. So once there is a real good love, so love doesn't mean really having the sex. So even if we are going together, or if we are going hand in hand, or if we are having a dinner together, or if we are cuddling with each other, so there is a big quantum of oxytocin. So that is being enjoyed. So that's the fun. That's a long lasting. That's going to be taking a lot of good time together. So there is a big difference between the two. So you can say, so lust is different, love is different, but at the same time, in some situation, lust, starting with the lust, they can end up into love, but in some situation, this continues to be a negative emotion, and this just be as it is. Rather, it becomes more like a, not in all the societies, but I'll say in good number of societies, wheresoever there is a lot of social inhibitions, so over there, it becomes more like a enigma. So something which is not desired.
Okay. So, sir, thank you for clearing the both the topic, and it was very interesting as well as very informative, sir. And so, at the end, what do you want to convey to our young friends who don't understand, who don't they mix up with the love and lust, sir? So, what do you want to give the message to the young generation, our friend?
Yeah, friends, you see, I see so many young patients. So they are not really, I'll say, the patients, but they're just coming to me for small problems. I'm always wish to be friendly with them. I just ask their accreditation, the type of education they are involved in, or sometime I go a little more because of you can say my age and experience. I am relatively, it's all nice for all those young guys to allow me to ask this question. So whether you are in love or not. So are you on a flimsy ground? Will someone be able to make fool of you, especially to females, and especially in India, where this is a closed society, relatively closed society. It's a socially inhibited society. Because I say by default with my own mindset. So too much of inhibitions, certain developing country. Too much of disinhibition, certain developed country. Both are bad in one or the other way. We are talking to the topic on the love and lust, but talking other things also. But concentrating only to the love and lust, I'll say the best way is to be social inhibition and social disinhibition. Find the best balance. So that's very important. Nowadays, the present this generation, they are very nicely, very well informed by virtue of the so much telecommunication available to them. What is lust? What is love? And what are the various ways they can be entrapped into that? So there can be some sort of manipulation by the person to just get into the lust. And but I'll say I've talked with so many youngsters. I feel proud of them. But still, I say, all said and done, this is such a big attraction. Everyone falls to this. Everyone means everyone. Sometimes this just overtake. The moment comes and it just washes away everything, and one gets into the real physical involvement. So that's what I feel. My own feeling is you should be aware of your own likings and dislikings. You should be aware of what you really want and for how much time you want. Everyone should want something which is hygienic, which is long lasting, which is having good fragrance. They bloom, they fly together, they like the flight today and ever. So that's what the love is. And that's what they should all look for. So it should not be like a fatigue after 2, 3 years, you get lost on trivial issues. No, I'm sorry. I don't have that sort of perception in my mind. And same, I want to pass on to my friends, younger friends. So this is such a great institution, which both of them, all of them, they have to come forward to garnish it with the best possible flowers, with the best possible mindset, patience, and commitment and honesty. So that's what the message is.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, it was very nice to you, sir. Thank you. So see you then in the
Thank you.
next episode, sir, very soon on YouTube. Thank you.